Yo, hustlers, welcome back to a brand new episode of the HustlePedia podcast.
If you guys are into clothing and designer and stuff like that, fashion industry, this is a great guy to listen to. He's got a lot of knowledge when it comes to that kind of area of the industry. He makes his own clothing. He's been around the business for a while. Thanks for coming on the show, Mikey.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Tell us your story, how you got started, how Dreams Never Die became a big brand like it is today.
Big. I don't know about big, but yeah, Dreams Never Die. It started in 2020. Like, it was conceptualized in March of 2020. Mm-hmm. You know, I know we were all going through it, you know, because of COVID. And, you know, originally I was just thinking of like we weren't working. You know, I was playing basketball at the time at college. But, you know, so no season, so I was just chilling at home. You know, you ain't got much to do, but
bored out of your mind.
You know, bored out of your mind. And I'm like, yo, I got to be creative right now. It's like you're forced to be creative, you know. Mm-hmm. So I started looking into e-commerce and stuff like that. I was like, yo, let me think of like drop shipping. So I was like, you know what? I started this whole process. I was doing like selfie sticks. Right. I was like, yo, I'm about to sell all this selfie sticks, whatever, and made a whole website. And then, like, yo, it hit me. I was like, yo, what's the point of, you know, selling someone else's merchandise when, you know, you could be natural and genuine, you know, and start your own. So I was in my room one night in March, you know, and I was just chilling by myself. And I was like, yo, like, dreams never die. Like, it just hit me, like, randomly, you know, like, dreams never die. Then I, you know, ran on my phone on Snapchat, you know, started getting creative, writing notes out, whatever, writing it out. And I remember just going downstairs, running to my bros. I'm like, yo, fam, dreams never die. Dreams
just never the phrase?
Just the phrase. I'm like, yo, dreams never die. Like, that's going to be the clothing brand. Like, yo, I was saying, like, yo, I'm about to be on Louis Vuitton. Like, I'm going.
Those are the dreams?
Those were the dreams?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, at first, yeah, for sure. I was, like, trying to just, you know, I was bigging myself up. I'm not going to lie. I was on one, you know, but, and, you know, shout out to my brothers. They were just like, yo, like, yeah, it's cool and all, starting a brand, but, like, you know, you got to put in that work, you know? And at the time, you know, I could have took it as in, like, yo, they're shitting on me, or, like, yo, like, you know, excuse my language, but, you know, but I feel like that was them being real, you know?
Yeah.
So, yo, realistically, like, you're going to have to put in the work in whatever you want to do. So boom, from there, you know, I started trying to do Photoshop, and I'm like, yo, I don't even know how to do Photoshop.
Did you learn yourself?
So I learned through my cousin. My cousin was showing me how to, you know, do Photoshop. But at the time, I had a really good friend of mine. You know, she went to high school with me, and I sent her like what I was drawing up, and I was like, yo, could you quickly make this logo for me? So, you know, she drew it out for me, and then from there, I'm like, yo, you know what, like, what could I do with this? So I'm putting it on shirts. You know, it's not really hidden, and I'm like, yo, you know what, like, in around that time, trucker hats were blowing up, you know, like, it was kind of trendy. But I was like, yo, like, I seen all these brands drop trucker hats, but I was like, you know, like, let me try and make my own. So made my own, you know, slapped it on it, and it was looking hot. Like, I sent it to my friends. I was like, yo, like, what do you guys think about this? Like, yo, this is fire. Like, you need to make this. So, and
that's the original. I want to know, did you sketch it first?
So yeah, we sketched it first. I sketched it first, made like probably like 20 different hats, bro. Like all of them were misses. So I was like, yo, I'm not messing with this. Like, put like, you know, red on it, blue on it, like just a bunch of different, you know, different types of things. Like, you know, as a designer, I'm sure other people can relate. Like, you're trying to be creative, so you're out here doing whatever. And so this one, like, I'm sure that you guys probably seen it around.
Yeah,
you know,
I think that's the most popular one. I've seen the hat around a lot.
Yeah.
So, like,
it's fresh.
I was just going to say, I seen it on Instagram and stuff as fuck. If I could rock hats, bro, I would rock that on, trust me.
Damn, you know, I should have brought everyone a pair of that.
Like the tan one.
The tan one?
Tan one's nice.
Yeah, I'm going to get you the tan one. What do you want? Any? The blue one? The blue one.
I read the blue one.
I like the black one.
Yeah, right, for sure, yo.
So the hat was the very first product that you were satisfied with.
Yeah, the hat, and that's the crazy part. So in Edmonton, like I have like a lot of close friends of mine, like way older than me, who already had brand, you know. So so I could have went to them off the bat trying to get like, yo, where do I do this? Where do I do that? But I was like, yo, like, let me try and, you know, do research
yourself
like,
first,
do it myself, like, you know, get it out the mud, whatever. Of course, like, I had a couple, you know, my peers, but running around through the city, going everywhere, looking at places to do embroidery on hats. And like every spot I went to, like the whole summer was like, yo, we can't do this, it's too hard. The design was too hard for them to do. Yeah, so I'm going to like every shop in the city, like downtown, and like shout out to my friends, yo, we're driving together, like we're going to every spot. They're all same answer every time, like, yo. Even one time I paid for it, and like while they were doing the embroidery, like, yo, this is too hard, yo, like we'll run you your money back, but we can't do it.
Wow. But your friends were very optimistic.
My friends were very optimistic, but towards the end of the summer, I was like, yo, I don't know if I could do this, man. Like I genuinely felt like, yo, you know what? Maybe this is not the route.
So you had a little dip.
I had a little dip.
Dreams never die, man.
Dreams never die, right? I had to, exactly. So, and mind you, like I was still in university at the time. I was in going into my last year. So, I was just like, yo, like I don't know if I should do this, but you know, thank God for, you know, giving me that passion, you know, like to not let it die, like not quit on it. So around like December, I was like, yo, you know what? Like, let's try again. So I found a next spot, and honestly, I'm gonna shout them out. Fuck it, like I was. It's a little shop in West End, you know, a little boutique on the main floor, called Nevy's Embroidery. You know, it doesn't look pretty from the outside or the inside. You know, like you would walk past it every chance you get. No cap.
Small little shop.
Small little shop. I walked past it like we probably all walked past it so many times. We never looked at it, but I came there. I was like, yo, I'd love for you to do this sample on this hat. And she was like, got you. Like, she ain't even like no hesitation.
No question,
like,
Was she older?
She was older. Like she was like 50s. Yeah, like you could tell like she's been in the game for a while.
She was like a little old sensei, you know, like I got this.
Yeah, like she didn't even hesitate. She's like, I got you. Like
light work. Hey?
Light work. She did it in like 20 minutes, like 20 minutes. Like
and all these other big shops can't do it. Hey?
Yeah, like all
That's
these big
mad.
shops were looking at me like, nah, we can't. So she did it, and then as soon as I got the hat, I can't even lie, I wasn't moved at first.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you know what? Like I had to like look at it like for the whole night, and then like we got it back, we're looking at it, and then I remember just like going back and forth with my friend. They're like, yo, like nah, trust me, like this is the one. Like you gotta, like, you know, like you gotta drop this. And like, you know, after, you know, just, you know, looking at it, putting fits on. And then I remember even just posting it on Instagram, like on a random tip, like wearing a fit, and people were just swiping over, yo, what hat is that? What is that?
The hat wasn't like, the brand wasn't a thing at that point. You just posted the hat.
So yeah, it was just a sample hat. The brand wasn't, you know, like we didn't, it was strictly conceptualized. Like that was the first sample, but no launch as of yet.
Okay.
So like posted it, and then just the feedback, like, and it wasn't even that they knew it was my brand or anything. They're just like, yo, like this is hard.
They just
And,
fuck
like,
with it.
They're just fucking with it, like genuinely, you know, like organically just fucking with it. And then, yeah, like shout out to my niggas for real, cause like, you know what, that's what I kind of realized. You know, like having the right people around you, you know, like people who aren't biased and giving you raw advice, you know, is key.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes it's hard to discern whether this is the right play or not.
Yeah.
You know, like after going through so much, you know, time and designs, like, you know, you could be on this road alone, but, you know, if you have a strong core group of friends, like, they're going to keep it a buck. They're going to keep it 100 with you. So,
and guys that when you have wins, they don't get jealous. They don't envy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're with it. Yeah.
And they gotta keep it real, because it's like clothing, right? Like they gotta make sure that people actually rock with it, because you don't want to put out something that people won't. So you need the honest opinion.
Yeah.
How did you go from hats to like clothing then? Like how did that step came?
So after the hats dropped,
we were at the dip. He was at a dip.
I
want to know how he came up from the dip.
So as soon as I posted whatever, and like I just started to really rock with it. I was wearing it everywhere. Like I genuinely started to mess with it heavy, and I was like, yo, like I just felt like it matched with every fit. Like you could put on a suit, you could put on whatever. Like it just went hard with anything you touch. So I was like, I had to give it to, you know, I had to feed it to the world, like for sure. So
when you fuck with it yourself, that's how you know, like it's something nice. Honestly,
for real, honestly, I appreciate that, because after that, so that was in December. So from December, you know, whatever, we go on break. January, I'm like, yo, time to apply pressure. So I hit up Cordell Joma. I don't know if you guys have heard of him.
No, what's that? Yeah.
So Cordell Joma, he's a videographer / photographer. Honestly, yo, he's running it right now. I can't lie. He's doing this thing, and he kind of put me on. He's like, yo, you know what? Like, I'll do the shoot for you. And I can't lie. Like, during that whole process of the photo shoot, like with the hats and everything, like, I really realized like how special like it is to have a photo shoot. Like having this photo shoot for the hat is low key probably what made the hat even more popping. Yeah. You know,
made
like
that crazy ad. Hey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, you know, some people might, you know, neglect actually putting in that time on planning a photo shoot, because like realistically, like, yo, the campaign is everything. Like, exactly. So, and that was the first campaign. And
did you plan the photo shoot?
Yeah. So I planned the photo shoot.
What went into that?
So what went into that was just picking the right fit, you know, picking the right people. So I hit up my friends Justin and his girl at the time, and they pulled up and they did their thing. And honestly, too, I had my pops in the shoot. Wow. You know,
that's dope.
Yeah, I had my pops. All age
Yeah.
groups, exactly. I didn't even have to say it. Like that was the whole point. I wanted people to understand that this hat isn't just for age 18, 19, 20. Niche. Yeah, it's a broad niche. Like, yo, Dreams Never Die is for everyone.
Everybody, yeah, you know.
You know, and yeah, like Dreams Never Die honestly is just, to me, it's like, bro, like we all have passions, you know, we all have desires, you know, we all have to take risks, you know, we all have our days where we want to quit, but you know, it's inside here, you know, what your true desire is. You know, it's like when people ask me like, yo, like what made you start? You know, I just kind of showed you. Like at first, it's like we're all on, you know, we're riding a bike. You know, we're all learning how to ride a bike. We're on the, what's it called? The training wheels. You know, we're all running on training wheels. You know, we got our parents, our sibling support to assist us whether we fall back or not. You know, but as we're getting grown, you know, and we're getting big. You know, they come off. You know, now you got to learn how to ride the bike. So it's like, you know, how did I learn how to ride the bike? How did I push myself? Well, it was that, you know, extra push that you need when you're learning to ride a bike. All it takes is that extra push.
Do you think it was a little bit too, maybe some people around you were already riding the bike, gave you a little more motivation?
Yeah, exactly. In a sense, I was going to say, like, they were that push. You know, they're the ones who pushed me in that direction. They're like, yo, like, go off, you know, go into that world. And then, you know, with that extra push is what made me start the brand. Yeah.
And then it was just hats for a while, and then
so started off with hats in February of 2021, so just last year. So we started off with hats, started with the black hat, and like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was shook how many people were buying it, like off the rip, you know, like, because what I realized, like, yo, once you start a brand, you gotta think about everything, like, yo, who's gonna buy it? You got to calculate the, you know, profit margin, all that. And like, you're already writing. This is what I was doing. I was writing out a list of, okay, this person's going to copy. Oh, he has to copy, you know, like, oh, I'm just putting down a list. Exactly. Like, yo, this person's going to copy that, you know? So then you drop it, you're like, oh shit, this person didn't buy it, and this person
all the boys buying it though.
You know, but of course, like, you know,
that's what matters.
That's what matters. So it's like, but what I realized is like, yo, don't put any expectations from anyone else but yourself, you know, because that's how you get deceived.
Exactly.
So only expect from yourself, you know. So once I remembered that, I was like, yo, ain't nothing stopping me, because now I'm seeing all different types of people buying it, like people from, you know, MTL or Vancouver, you know, just buying a hat that was made in my basement at my mom's crib, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
surreal. Hey,
it's surreal. So it's like, and so so to answer your question, after the hats, we started with the vests. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Quaj showed me the vest. The vest is hard.
Yeah, you know, the shout out to Quaj, yo. So yeah, the vest was crazy. So like, this was in, I'd say May, right around May. So I was like, yo, there's no point of dropping like sweatsuits yet. You know, I wanted to drop something like quicker, and you know, we live in Edmonton where, you know, it's snowing right now in March. You know what I mean? So at the time, like, it was still chilly. So I was like, you know what, like, and I see, you know, everyone wants to wear the Monclizzy with the vest, and you want to wear a Burberry vest and all types of vests. You know, like, so I was like, yo, instead of just, you know, chasing that, why not make quality type vests that's affordable?
Right.
It's not $700.
Exactly, you know. And of course, like starting up, you mess up. Maybe like it doesn't wear out, you know, as long as a Montclair vest would.
Yeah,
but at the time,
still, quality's there.
Yeah, quality's there. So I started off with making a sample, same spot. Shout out to the girl, you know,
the older lady.
The older lady. Yeah. After that day, I was like, yo, I gotta keep coming back, because, you know, she's showing me that she could. You're bringing the dream, and she's bringing it to reality. You know, like you're bringing her the artwork, and she's like, yo, she's putting.
Was she surprised to see you come back?
Nah, I don't think so. Honestly, you know, like she knew the vibes.
Was she when you were getting more hats made? Was it all through her stuff?
No. So after that, like that's when I outsourced. Like I had that manufacturer, and to this day, I created a good relationship with that manufacturer. So it's like now it's quick. You know, he knows what
to do, when to do it.
Like, you know, I don't really have to say much. Just like this much. And
I want to hear kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I want it around March, or, you know. So that's one thing too. Like building relationships is key in this aspect of life. Honestly, in everything in life. Networking is a major key. But so yeah, started with the vest. And then there you go. Like with the vest, I was like planning this campaign from time. Like
what are we talking? Like a few months?
Like I'm talking about at least like 2 months, 3 months. Like I was already like, and you know it's crazy too. So in my mind, I was like, yo, I needed Courtesy to do the video. Like I already had him in my mind. Like yo, I need this, you know, this person to do the video. And I was like, you know, because I wanted the black and white, and you know, like just
messing with the vibe.
And I was like, yo, you know what? And lo and behold, this guy hits me up. He's like, yo, like I'd actually would love to work with you, you know. And I took that as a sign from God. I'm like, yo, like, you know, everything's just coming at me. You know, all these blessings.
You're setting yourself up for like the success, because you're working hard, and then it's like everything is just falling in place one by one. And
exactly.
Like you being in the place, finding that thing in West End, I think it's like a sign, right? Like you know, you might have never walked through that place, but you ended up finding that. So
nah, for real. Yeah. I give thanks to God for real, because it's like nothing was really like begged for, you know. Like, and anything that was like I said in the summer when I was chasing it, and same door closed, but you know, when you're not looking for it, sometimes, you know, if you really open your eyes, it'll be right there.
Well, when you make quality stuff, Mikey, people tend to take it on.
So, appreciate you, honestly. But yeah, so shout out to Courtesy. Yeah, so he did the video, and then
is that the video on your website? The one that's...
Yeah. So he did the video, and then... So before we did the video shoot, I was just planning out, like, who to have in the shoot. And, like, you know, because I wanted to show, you know, a girl can wear the vest and the guy can wear the vest, you know. And that's key in all aspects of life. You know, you got to involve all genders, you know. And, you know, you got to let them... Anyone can be fly, you know. So I wanted to make that clear. So had girls in the shoot, had guys in the shoot, and I just let him do his thing. And honestly, this was probably like my first shoot that I just let go, and, you know, let him
step back.
Yeah, step back, and he did what I asked, and, you know, he killed it. I felt like the city felt that video for sure.
Yeah, it was raw. It was like a raw video. You know, it like really showed, like, it wasn't like we're trying to show like some crazy stuff, but the way it was put together. I just watched it too, like a few days ago, I think, when we were in the talks, and like I was seeing. It was just super raw. Like, it made you feel like, you know, you actually want to wear that brand just the way it was. So yeah, it was well done.
It wasn't really, when I first saw it, it didn't feel like it was from here. Like, if I saw that video on social media originally, I know Amin can probably speak for this, Lavanche too, I would probably assume, if I didn't know you or I didn't know the backstory of anything, maybe it's from the UK or something. You know what I mean? It's different.
Yeah,
so the video,
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like what we were going for at the time, you know, and that's why we had the UK song and everything. So yeah, because like even when I heard the song, I was driving, I'm like, nah, yo, I need to use this.
Like
I was literally driving in the car, and I was like, nah, like this
genre's underrated, man.
Yo, it's underrated,
but that's a different topic.
Yeah, yo, shout out to J Hus, he killed that. And then yeah, he put it on. So we put it on the video, and boom, it took off. And then, you know, throughout those weeks before I even dropped the vest, I was messaging. I don't know if you guys know the artist DUVY. Out from Toronto. From Toronto. He just dropped his album. You know, shout outs to DUVY and Amir, who produced the album. Yo, that album's hard.
Blast it.
Blast that. Grassways. It was hard. It's a hard album. So I was listening to DUVY at the time. Like I feel like everyone was around that time.
He got really hyped, like suddenly up, and then all the songs were like going crazy.
Exactly. So he was kind of getting a buzz at that time. I was like, you know what? Like, I felt like he was the hottest, street rapper in
Toronto. Yeah, coming up with the scene.
East Coast scene. So I was like, so I messaged him and his team. I'm like, yo, I'd love to send out, a batch of like vests. I want to send out to you guys' team, and then they hit me up. They're like, yo, send us pictures. And they're like, yo, this is hot. Like, yo, we need all of this. Like, yo, like, they're asking for customs. I'm like, yo, I was like, chill, like, you don't have the facilities. I didn't have it. I didn't have it at the time, and
you felt good though,
hey. This is 3 months in,
Yeah, you're like, wow.
3 months in.
3 months in at that time. Crazy. So I was just like trying to handle all this at the same time, but I was like, everything was coming at a fast pace. So I was like, yo, you know what? Like, let me keep going.
Was it overwhelming, or you were embracing all of it?
I think it got overwhelming in December of 2021. But we can get to that.
We'll get
into that. But yeah, so like, shout out to DUVY. He was really rocking with it, and I feel like that's what really had the vest go even crazier when he posted it and like shouted us out, and like that's when I guess like you said, like I feel like people were starting to appreciate the value of
the quality of
the clothing and like the work that I was putting into like on like Instagram, like whether it was the campaign or the photo shoots or
the marketing was there.
The marketing was there. I feel like that was when I guess the city were open their eyes a bit more,
Well, because it looks professional. It doesn't look like some fraud, like it's gonna last a few months. Like this is a real thing.
It was original, like came from the heart, like the idea originally, like you're telling the story right now. Like it's to see that the passion was there because you clicked, and then next thing so it wasn't like copied idea or something like that. You really
completely new too. So
I mean, the fact that you focus on the quality, right? Because everybody like either goes for design and then they like can't compromise the quality of clothing, but focusing on that, I think that's what really.
Yeah, I can't lie. That's actually the major. In my point of view, that's the major key. Like, that's why I feel like Drake's doing his thing. Because if people haven't really noticed like how much time they spend on quality, like his sweaters are OVO clothes are nice, bro. It's true to size. They fit nice. You can wear them out. I think one of my main goals, like once we get to the sweatsuit part, was I want people to be able to wear this like out. I want you to wear it going out to dinner with your girl. I want you to wear it if you're going out to the club scene, like wear it there. Like I wanted people to really
mess with it that much.
Not even based on the design, just based on comfort.
Exactly.
So, but so after the vests were taken off, I was thinking of doing shirts in the summer. I was like, yo, you know what? Actually, before doing shirts, we were already thinking about sweatsuits. Yeah. So like now this is around. We let the vests roll out from May and the hats to like June, July. Like we let's just keep rolling them out.
Get the buzz.
Yeah, get the buzz going. We're like, yo, we have so much more, but let's just keep running this up while we plan for the next season. And starting this clothing brand, one thing I told myself was like, yo, like we want to plan for all seasons. We want to plan for spring. We want to plan for winter. We want to plan for summer, fall. Like, yo, we wanted every season to
want
be.
People to rock it all year.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like people are like, yo, like what's next? But it's like, yo, by the time you ask me what's next, we're about to drop what's next.
Don't even worry.
You know what I mean? Don't even worry. Like we got you, type of thing. So, and that's kind of what was happening at the time. We're seeing, yo, what's next? Like, yo, you'll see. And then so I feel like I was just sticking to a certain formula, and that was working. So I kept it pushing. So around July, this is when I started doing this shirt called City Needs God. So I don't know if you guys have seen that one around. It's probably it was a quick drop around July, August-ish, and then like it was just I just felt like as a Christian man, like I feel like the city needs God. Like sometimes we're led astray, and I had to drop that shirt in that season, and in the season I am in now. Like I still value that. I'm like, yo, like I felt like it was a meaningful shirt, and I didn't really have to say too much. Like the shirt
speaks for itself. Yeah, literally.
Is that like a whole separate brand, or is
it was still a part of Dreams Never Die. It was just a collection that I felt had to go, and honestly, it went pretty well. So it took off. But So yeah, after the shirts, that's now this is when, you know, we started talking about sweatsuits and all that. And then, but
when you say we, who's we?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So sorry. We, from July, from before, honestly, it was by myself. It was all me. Like, so now heading into July, I was on Instagram, right? And I seen some random post of like a cartoon figure wearing my hat. Like, it was like someone randomly drew it out. I'm like, yo. And at the time, I was like, yo, I need to find like a graphic designer on the team, because that's when, like, part of my language, but that's when shit gets real. Like, that's when the creative mindset goes to the whole another level. Like, because now you have all these ideas and you have a trusted person who can really, you know, put it out fast. And it's like, you find the right person, you're putting out exactly what you want, you know. And so I'm scrolling on Instagram, I see this guy, and at the time I was like really in need, like, yo, I need to find someone. So so I messaged this guy. I'm like, yo, this is hard. Like, yo, I'd love to work with you. And he's like, yo, I'm down. And then, so his name is Adriel. And you can find him on Instagram at AKIRONO_. So yeah, yo, he is serious, fam. And I'm telling you, bro, when we really get popping, like, you'll see why he's serious. You know, like, why he's like that. Okay. So we started off with "We're Not Kids Anymore," which is the latest drop
on the sweatsuit, right?
On the sweatsuit.
Yeah, that's
so
nice, man.
Honestly, bro, the way that came about was just like, I felt like in that season, bro, I felt like I still had so much more to prove, you know. And to this day, I still feel like I have so much more to prove, and I feel like, you know, we're not kids anymore. Is like, you know, as kids, you know, we're looked down upon, you know, we're overlooked. They're like, yo, like, yeah, he ain't serious, whatever, he's just doing, he's too young, you know, like, you know. And it's just like, nah, like, Dreams Never Die is not child's play, you know, like, this, you're gonna take this serious, you know. So that's kind of what I was trying to say,
making the brand more mature.
That's interesting though, because like, when you're a kid, that's when you have like the most dreams.
Yeah.
When you get older, that's when your dreams start dying. So like, we're not kids anymore, but our dreams are still alive.
Exactly.
But you're taking it more sense where you're taking the dreams more seriously.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So not only as the dreams more seriously, but as the brand itself. You know, like, take this brand seriously. You know, like, we're really trying to make this step. And after looking at the design, I feel like it was felt. Like, I felt like, you know, like, you could tell how much time we put in. Like, we had a whole like mood board, like, we had a whole like calendar, like, we had everything set. Like, yo, July we start here, you know, July 15th we're run it back.
You guys were organized. Hey?
Organized. Like, good. We had everything listed, like, yo, from the top to finish to rollout. So, and then, like, even around that time, like, I was still messaging a bunch of like you know, influencers a bit here and there, like, just keeping them posted, like, yo, we're gonna have this coming out soon. And then, but one crazy one was actually when Kanye West's head designer at Yeezy, he got a chance to wear in the hat, and he posted it and everything.
No way.
What the hell?
Yeah, so shout out to Steven Smith. You know, all you sneakerheads, you ain't a real sneakerhead if you don't know Steven Smith, you know? Like, he's the head designer, or was the head designer at Yeezy. You know, he was helping Kanye make the 350s and all those, you know, all the new Kanyes. But so just him off the bat wearing the hat was crazy to me, because like a week before he even got the hat, I tweeted, I was like, yo, Steven Smith, the GOAT. Like, just off rip. Just because like I was reading so much of the work he was doing, I'm like, yo, this nigga is the GOAT. Like, what he did for Nike, New Balance, Yeezy, like all the work, all the shoes that he was making. So I was like, yo, like, nah, he's real for that. So I posted that, and then literally a week or two later, he hits me back on Instagram, like, yo, send us some gear. Sent him some swag. He popped his fit and he posted it on Instagram.
What came after that?
What came after that was a whole lot of sneakerheads, a whole lot of like hype beasts following me, like hitting us up, like, yo, like, can we? That's the thing too. Like, I realized, like, with influencers and all that, like, you got to be ready for all that attention.
What do you mean?
As in, like, your web shop has to be ready for that.
For that traffic, you gotta handle traffic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's one thing that I was realizing. Like, locally, the merchandise was such a hot commodity that I couldn't even attain it to out there people. So like locally everyone's copping, but like by the time I'm hitting up influencers and they're posting, it's like I'm already sold out. So it's like now moving forward, like I realize like you gotta be ready for that.
But do you want like a sense of exclusiveness, or
for sure
rather not? Oh, okay.
I feel like the exclusiveness came by itself. You know, I wasn't looking for it, but as things were selling out so quick, I was realizing like, you know what, like let's make people wait. You know, like how bad do you really want it? Type of thing.
I see the demand, right? Like from a business perspective, and see
exactly.
How 100%. How did it feel the first time everything sold out? You know, when the first time you put it out, something and it sold out, what was the feeling?
Bro, crazy, man. Like to this day, I honestly can't even like put it to words. You know, like I remember like the first night I put it out, right? Yeah. And I turned off my phone. I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm going to wake up tomorrow.
No expectations.
No expectations. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wake up tomorrow and whatever happens, happens. Fam, the next day, everything was basically sold out.
Really?
So off the first night.
Right.
That's crazy.
So I'm just like, you know, shocked. You know, like just to see how many people are rocking with the hat. You know, But what one thing, you know, struck out was like, all right, you know what, maybe people are just copping because, you know, it's Mikey or whatever, you know, shout out to my friends, you know, they're supporting. Right. I was like, you know what, but okay, let's run it back. Restock. Now things are selling out weeks. Again, you know, you're seeing hats sell out again and again, you know, I'm like, so now it's like, all right, people are rocking with it because it's the product.
Exactly.
Not because of the seller.
Yeah.
And even like when I started the brand, I'm like, you know what, like, I don't even want people to rock with it because it's me. You know, I try to stray away as much as possible, you know, besides me posting it on my personal account, like, you know, ton.
Yeah.
I never really told people like, yo, this is my brand, I'm starting it, until like within the past couple months.
Okay. You just wanted the brand to speak for itself, huh?
Exactly, you know, and honestly, I felt like after those like 2-3 months, I was starting to see like people are just rocking with it because, you know,
they just genuinely like it.
Yeah.
It's that's so important. Like, you're gonna see like less than like the support and promotion. You really want to see people want to just come back and buy it because it looks good, and that's I think that's key.
Yeah.
But other than that, like from the mindset wise, you know, I feel like people, if it's supposed to start a clothing brand, I mean that's a big step. You know, you feel like you're gonna get judged a lot. Do you ever in your head you're like, I'm gonna get judged by people, then your friends and people might be like, oh, people might not like design or they might not fuck with it before you even dropped it? What was your mindset behind that?
So you're saying before I started?
Yeah, because you know, like starting and like getting to that step of you just starting, like the worry of what the world is gonna think that I'm starting something, or people are not gonna fuck with my design.
Honestly, nah, I'm not gonna lie, that was never the case, because like one thing, like honestly, one person I gotta like really like give their flowers to is like my mom's. You know, she was like, because it's like, yo, it's different from like hearing your friends, you know, saying like go after this, you know, but you know, like once you get that real push from your, you know, your moms or like your pops, it's just like, who else is gonna stop you?
Exactly.
You know, like that's really the main support at the end of the day. Like even starting the brand, like I'm doing it for the people, them and all that, but like at the end of the day,
if your parents don't support you, it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, and it's like I'm really doing this for the fam. Like I'm doing this for my family, so it's like having that as a, you know, back support right before I was even gonna drop. Like she was like, nah, like go do this. Like this is your calling. Like, you know, chase after it. Yeah. So
your mom is your biggest supporter at the end of the day. So, once you got your mom's on the line, you know you're set.
Facts. But to honestly answer that, I just felt like also I was just very confident too. You know, I didn't have.
You liked it.
Yeah, right? I already had a passion for fashion. You know, like even growing up in high school, like people who really grew up with me, like they've always seen like, okay, he could rock fits, but like it just stopped at that. You know, like that's all that really mattered. Yeah. Until like I said, in COVID, you're forced to be creative. You're forced to, you know, actually be pushed. You know, it's either you could be pushed or
waste a few months.
Yeah, waste a few months. You know, bundle up in your room, watch Netflix, whatever. Exactly. But I was just like, nah, like, You know what I mean? Like right now, this is the motto, man. Dreams never die. Get your hustle up.
Straight up.
For real. Get your hustle up.
Do you think COVID was like a blessing in disguise for you in a way?
Definitely. 100%.
I think a lot of people took it the wrong way. I think for a lot of people it changed their lives, I think, because it really taught you how to be with yourself and be with your thoughts, and like it really started a lot of things. I think us being in COVID too, so many ideas rolling through the paper.
I mean, yeah, because like
the mind runs wild.
It runs wild when you're by yourself. Yeah,
you got to learn to be alone, you know.
Like, and it gets addicting though. After a certain point, it's like
it's peaceful.
You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm in that boat right now.
Yeah,
like it's kind of like some people be like, yo, like fam, I don't see you a lot.
Come on to the bar, bro.
You know, something like that. Or like, yo, why are you always by yourself pulling up? I'm like, honestly, like, is that really a bad thing though?
No,
you know, like
not.
At the end of the day, it's still love. You know, like I see the same people. You know, I'm with the same people I was with when I was young. So it's like, you know, it's still love. You know, but I feel like being alone, you gotta learn how to, you know, work by yourself.
Yeah, you're just working on yourself.
Exactly.
Enjoy your own company.
Enjoy your own
company. You don't want people to disrupt your peace.
You should be able to go to a restaurant and eat dinner by yourself and not feel.
And that's a big step. I mean, if you can do that, that's off. You know, like it takes like.
Straight up
facts. You know, go restaurant, go eat by yourself.
Do things by yourself.
Do everything by yourself.
But like, do you think that people is it important to get schooling for fashion? You know, there's like fashion designing schools, and a lot of people are chasing this. Do you think that's something that's necessary for somebody that wants to get into fashion?
Honestly, I don't think like you need schooling, because it's like I just feel like you need to have love for it.
Right.
You know,
you gotta really like it.
You gotta really like it, because like. I have so many kids like hit me up lately, you know, like asking for advice, and like, you know, it's so good to see, you know, that means like your work is being appreciated, you know. So, and it's like the first thing I tell them is like, yo, before you do a brand or anything, like make sure that you have something that people can relate to,
right?
You know, like have some meaning to it, you know, like, yeah, you could drop fly shit, that's cool, but it's like I feel like at the end of the day
deeper.
It has to be you got to build a connection with others, you know, like you got to build a connection with people who want to support your brand, you know. And like shout outs to all these kids who are trying to go against the grain, you know, try and do something out the box, you know, try and do their own business. So it's like, you know, I feel like that was one thing that I kind of told myself starting the brand. I was like, yo, I want to be, you know, a prototype. Like I want to be what kids look up to. You know, I want kids to ask me for advice. I want, you know, if kids want to start a brand, I'm like, yo, I wanted to start it off like Mikey's brand. Or I wanted to start it off like D&D, you know. And as time progressed, like I'm seeing more and more, you know, young kids motivated, you know, messaging me or like telling me like, yo, your motivation, you're inspiring me and thanking me. So it's like, you know, I give flowers to them, because it's like without that, who knows if I'd be even going this hard. So
a lot of motivation comes from that, huh?
Yeah.
Because then you got people that, you know, they look up to you, and if you just stop, they're just stop.
Exactly.
So
facts.
At the end of the day, right? That's a lot of weight to carry.
Yeah.
It feels good to actually have that. You know, that's like our goal too, like people to actually look up and get started, because I think that first step, like you really, instead of sitting and being like, oh, it's COVID, you know, you really said, okay, how can I put this to work better? And you really took that step, and then one step to another step, and then, you know, it's crazy to hear your story, because everything fell in place for you because you were so like determined and passionate about it that you don't have to like try to like, you weren't chasing money or you weren't chasing the fame, you were just doing what you love, and then how every single thing just fell in place. It's crazy to think about how that works, right?
When you're consistently motivated towards a deeper purpose, right? Things just end up falling
I feel like that's when it works the most, when you're chasing what you really love instead of chasing like the money and the fame and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You could be an accountant, right? And you hate the job, but you're making lots of money. That's the same thing. And when you have a lot of money, like if you don't like yourself when you have a lot of money, you're not gonna like yourself when you don't. You know what I mean? So you gotta like yourself both ways.
One thing I've been saying as well is like with this whole business, it was like my grind got obsessive. And my mind got restless. You know, so in other words, it's like I fell in love with what I'm chasing, and it became like my peace. You know?
So you didn't feel any pressure from all of this?
Like I said, so yeah.
Or was it good pressure?
December, it was good pressure, but like that's when like I felt like it was a lot of weight. You know, that's
it was testing your limits.
It was testing my limit.
But good pressure.
Good pressure.
There's bad and good pressure.
Yeah, I feel like good pressure, whatever you go through, honestly, bad or good,
it turns you into a better person.
You know, like whatever, you know, obstacles you got to face, which we all got to face
as
in life.
Corny as it is,
you know,
if it doesn't kill you,
it does. Exactly. You know, like it really does make you stronger at the end of that road, because it's like why should life be so easy? You know, like there's no fun in that, fam. Like, you know, like you got to go through the hardship.
You're all about that journey, hey?
Facts, because it's like if you look at all these people we look up to, you know, most of them had to go through the mud. You know, most of them had to endure amounts of pain for them to reach to the, you know, the success they're at now. So it's like, what I like to tell people is like, yo, don't be afraid. I feel like that's kind of what, you know, keep us from chasing our dreams. 100%. You know, it's the fear, it's the pride, you know, it's us thinking about what other people are gonna think about. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's like at the end of the day, it's like, yo, just believe in yourself and have a trusted circle to keep you in check, you know, to keep you aligned, and you know, that you can count on.
So what would you say is like your biggest influences to get into the fashion industry?
Okay, that's a good question, yo. I feel like my biggest influence would have to be, you know, Kanye West for sure, man. I have to say Kanye West for sure. But other than Kanye, of course, like nowadays everyone's wearing Fear God, and I'm sure you guys know Jerry Lorenzo, the creator of Fear God, which honestly, like I'd love to imitate his work too, because it's like, or his grind, because you know he's a Christian man, he's a man who fears God, and that's kind of where the brand came from, you know, and his belief. Right. So that's one person as well, and like, yo, just a lot of creators that people don't even know about, like on just social media, like just kids who are just grinding, like just artwork. Like honestly, that's kind of what gave me that motivation, just seeing like a bunch of different young kids, like just
you know Jackson Hume,
yo, shout out to Jackson.
Honestly, the artwork,
yeah. Shout out to Jackson, honestly, because I heard about you guys through Jackson. He used to give me and the Mandem haircuts. You know,
I just got one from Bronson yesterday.
Jackson?
Bronson.
Oh, Bronson. Oh, his brother. Yeah.
Jackson's in Toronto.
Yeah. So yeah, he's doing his thing at York. So shout out to Jackson. Yeah, but art is definitely what kind of pushed me too, because like, yo, you're seeing all these colors, all these pastels, that then you're thinking like, yo, this colorway would go crazy on a hoodie. You know, sometimes people look at clothing to give them references, but you know, as of late, I'm looking at art.
That's where the inspiration.
That's really definitely where one of the biggest.
And is it more of a cartoon kind of art,
Not
or
even,
what kind of art?
It's more like actually like just art on canvas,
like a Renaissance,
vibe, or like even a lot of like Jackson Pollock stuff, or like.
So what do you think about art going to NFT, the new arts? What
are
your thoughts on that?
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie, fam. Like I haven't really tapped in too much into it, you know. So, but I've definitely heard it's basically what a digital image being sold around the web, the internet. So it's like, yo, I might just take a picture of myself and just put it up.
When you're big,
that's a hot thing.
Would you ever think introducing D&D to any of that kind of concept? Or
honestly, definitely. That would be a big play for sure. I mean, that's the future. That's the new wave, exactly. You know, we're going in that direction. You gotta keep up with the trends.
Yeah. But what do you? I want one question for you. What is fashion to you as a person? Like as somebody who's in the industry, has his own brand. What is fashion to you? Because I want to know your meaning behind it.
Like as one word, or
anything, like, you know,
fashion.
I
mean,
like everybody's different meaning.
Fashion to me is just piecing things together, you know, the way you feel. You know, like we could wake up tomorrow, I'm like, yo, all right, I'm trying to wear it, you know, and boom, put it on. Like, you know, whatever you feel comfortable in. You know, lately we're seeing all types of clothing, like people wearing like, I don't even know, like pajama sets with like, you know, crazy, like I don't know, people are making things out of anything nowadays. So it's like
the Louis Vuitton, like the puppet sweater.
Yeah, the puppet sweater, you know, like
with that, what's the skeleton? Is that Prada?
I don't even know.
No, that's their both.
That's
the
skeleton is
the dinosaur.
It's Louis Vuitton, like that's like coming around like
that's
a sweater, and then it's like a big ass puppet hanging.
Yeah. So it's like, yo, honestly, fashion to me is like piecing things together like the way you feel. You know, like however you're feeling. Expression, like put it together, you know, and don't limit yourself. Right. You know, my way of fashion right now is just simplicity, you know, like keeping it simple.
I like that though.
Yeah.
I fucking like
I appreciate
simplicity as well.
Yeah, like simplicity
when
is
it gets
everything.
too much, it's just it's hard to look at.
Exactly.
It's not flashy, you know, like you have a meaning, like for like we're not kids anymore, like the tracksuit, it just goes hard because there's a meaning behind it. You're not flashing the brand name just for stuff, you're flashing the meaning behind the brand name, which makes it much more powerful, I'd say. Definitely.
No, I appreciate that. And it's just like, simple things attracts everyone. I feel like, you know, like not everyone's gonna wear a flashy fit every night unless we're, I don't know, Lil Baby or
in Miami or something.
Like we don't have like time like that.
And also the more mature people, more business casual people wear like the simplistic stuff.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, like I'm a little fashion. I'm into fashion myself. Like, you know, I don't know insane amount like you do, but. Like I like shit that like just goes together and it's simple, like you know, like I'm just rocking a plain Nike hoodie and I think it's clean as hell, you know.
Facts.
Like
that's why essentials is so big. Cause
you don't need much to make a insane fit, you know.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's, I feel like that's what's being shown even more now. It's like, simplicity works too, you know, and simplicity's felt.
And I feel like that's what your brand shows as well. Like, you know, like simplicity works. Simplicity, like, as long as there's a message behind it, like it works.
Yeah, simple comfort.
So do you think anybody has the ability to pull off anything? Like sometimes I go to the store, I see something I like, but I'm like, damn, I can't pull that off. Like, do you think anybody can? Like,
I mean, like, definitely. You just gotta find the right fit. You know, like you could pull anything. You know, you could pull anything off, but it's like just piece it together the right way. You know, you could take a shirt, you know, a jeans, and you know, you could put it together. I feel like if you see a whole fit laying out for you, and you're not really messing with it, but you could take parts from it, and then you know, find what is your taste. You know, like. Sometimes people try and force you to wear things or like, yo, nah, you should wear this or, you know, but at the end of the day, just wear what you're most comfortable in, you know?
Yeah, you got to be confident in what you're wearing, right?
You know, facts. Confidence is key, you know, like whatever you're rocking, like even like you just said, like you're in your plain baby blue Nike, but you're feeling fly.
Yeah,
you're
like, I think this is a clean ass hoodie with some clean cargo pants, you know?
You probably went to school looking fly as fuck. Everyone's looking at you like, yeah, man. Exactly. So that's my thing. Like, yo, you could wear whatever you want as long as you walk out your house feeling confident.
I like that, bro, because you don't have to be. It doesn't have to be chained up.
Nah,
you don't have to be bleeding. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessary.
It just has to be you.
Yeah.
Did you see that? There's an NBA player that wore like just like a gray hoodie, some jeans, and some Vans to an NBA game, and he got heat for it.
No way.
And they're like, why are you pulling up? And he was like, why do I have to wear like a chain designer brand and stuff? I can't just be simple, casual.
Damn.
Yeah. That was like last week or something.
No way. I never heard of that. Nah, bro, that's crazy.
What's the vision with the Dreams Never Die, though? Where do you see yourself in 5-10 years from right now?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, my dream for Dreams Never Die, like, in 5 years, I really want to shape the culture in Edmonton, you know? Like, you know, I feel like right now with the momentum, with the love I'm receiving, like, I have the potential to, you know, shape a culture in Edmonton. Like, I feel like, you know, we even growing up, you know, we're pretty young, but when we grew up, we weren't waiting outside for no Edmonton clothing. You know, we weren't. We're not waiting for no streetwear brand from Edmonton. Like we never grew up on a streetwear brand from Edmonton. Like you can't look up a household name brand from Edmonton.
Exactly. I cop all my shit online. I go to the mall. I can't find shit, bro.
Exactly. You know, and that's no disrespect to any of the brands out here, but it's like we're all in the same, you know,
the market's just not there. Right?
Exactly. So it's like, I feel that's my dream. It's like, bro, when we were young, we're out here waiting for a Supreme shirt that we can't even afford. You know, and then when the next person got it, they're reselling it for $400. Now we're just sick to our stomach. Like, yo, how we getting this shirt? And it's like, we can't. You can't get this shirt.
You know this, bro.
Yeah. So it's like, my thing is like, yo, I want to do something from this for the city. Like, yo, create streetwear that's affordable.
Right.
And with fine quality.
Let me ask you, how would you feel if you get to a point where people start buying out your stuff in mass quantities and reselling it for higher prices?
Yeah.
What do you think about
you? What do you think about that?
Damn. I mean, I've heard some stories already, you know, like just some little stories where people are like, yo, I resold your hat, or like someone was trying to offer like $150 for your hat, or just little things like that. But it's like, kind of like I said, there's only been a year, so like if you're asking, like it's like you're asking a newborn child, like, oh my god, like how was that? It's like of course you're shook, fam. Like so, but in the future, you know, I guess I wouldn't even have a say unless I really, you know, keep it like I don't know, like.
But how would it make you feel?
How would it make me feel? I don't know, man. I actually don't know how it made me feel. Like it feel like
in an emotional way. Are you? It hasn't really set in yet. Hey.
If I were to see other people resell my clothes, man, like I feel like the dream, you know, is to reality right now. We brought it to life. You know, like now I guess basically you're saying like I'm contending with all these other brands. Essential, Supreme. So I would feel pretty accomplished.
Feel good, yeah.
Bro, like to be honest, for reselling clothes, I feel like, you know, as long as people fuck with your shit, and like you said, your shit's exclusive, as long as people fuck with it and you have your own little community, like people honestly will resell it because the community creates the value once it's that limited, because they just fuck with it that much. You know what I mean? They will just pay $150 for a hat because you know it's fly as fuck.
I would not be surprised if you have bots buying your stuff in the year. So.
Hopefully gets to that.
Like bro, like I've caught myself out here catching expensive ass shit just because I like it
on the website,
know?
tapping the.
Nah, for real, bro. I know people who bought mad bots just to get new kicks. Yeah. So, but yeah. Honestly, if that happened, man, I don't know. It's like it's kind of like, you know, Supreme. You know, Supreme. I don't know if you guys know. It started off as like skateboarding. Strictly skateboarding kids. Like, and then once they went public, now everyone's rocking it. It's like a new. It's the hype beast. It's like
they're putting it on golf clubs.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like I was watching this movie on Supreme, and like these kids were, you know, skateboarding, and then this lady who was walking past them, like, yo, like, why are you skateboarding? While she was wearing Supreme. Right. And he's like, he just looked at her like shit, like what?
You don't even know.
Yeah, like, you don't even know.
Like
you're wearing a skating brand and you don't even
know. So it's like, that's kind of what I'm thinking about as you answer the question. It's like, I just hope that, resellers, but like just, you know, don't disrespect it, I guess.
Nah, I feel like because Supreme kind of let themselves go, honestly. Yeah. Like because I kept up with them. Like I was kind of like a hype beast back then. Facts. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. When you start throwing it on random
like the boxing bags.
But like they kind of did it to themselves, bro. Honestly, and like when you have someone passionate, like you said, Yuri Lorenzo, he's passionate about his work, you know. Yeah. And Fear of God is doing nothing like Supreme. It's doing fucking levels above. Yeah. You know, and if you're on the same level as him, like you know, you look up to him. Yeah. It's just gonna end up just as good, if not better.
Straight up, yeah. Because you got people like you that put genuine work into this kind of stuff, and then these people are slapping a logo on a rubber eraser and selling it for $7,000. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real,
straight up, like it ruins the point.
Yeah, it ruins the point. Exactly. That's kind of what I mean. Like if it were to be resold, like, you know, like I just hope it's to. I can't really say much, but I hope it's to good use. You know, I hope it's still valued,
and it's still affordable for people to actually buy. You don't want people to like sit and wait for your drop. Like you say, you want that affordable brand to be the big thing, so people should have the chance to definitely get it.
I guess we'll put it like this: like I want to be in 5 years from now, I want to be the Cactus Club of Edmonton in clothing. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
I get the connection. Yeah. Like it's more premium, but it's also affordable. People can go and eat.
Exactly.
You know, like
and it's
exclusive.
the hottest spot. Realistically, that's where everyone's at. Like,
for sure.
Everyone, you know, who can afford, you know. So that's kind of what I'm saying.
If you want to impress somebody, you take them a Cactus Club. In a sense.
Yeah.
What's the most like random place you've seen your clothes end up? Like in the whole world, like, most random.
Bro, that's a good question, but I'd say like Germany, yo.
In Germany?
Yeah.
Global.
The German guys here.
That was kind of
was it a hat?
It was a hat.
Yeah.
It was a hat.
Okay.
It was a hat. Some Germans were copping it. Honestly, a lot of UK people been hitting me up, a lot of UK artists.
UK fashion industry is huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Like I feel like, yo, they know what they're doing. Like especially with streetwear.
Yeah. Like Trapstar.
Trapstar London.
Yeah.
Hoodrich.
Hoodrich. There's Cortez rules the world.
Yeah. Heard of that one too.
Yeah, you know, he knows his stuff.
Got the track.
the creators and the whole team, bro, they're killing it, fam. Everything they're doing, bro, people gotta tap in over there.
And the industry shows them love. You see rappers, you see Fumes Engineer, you see Central C, these guys supporting. Like I was watching a podcast and it was Central C grew up with the guys that made Trap Star. So he knew same block, right? Knew that. So now it's still showing love, even at such a high stage. I think
he was even writing in his journals, I'm gonna be collaborating with Trap Star, and then it happens.
Crazy.
The community that shows love, the industries, because all the artists there are growing up from the scratch, like you said, the mud, right? They came from the mud, so they know how I feel. So showing that love back and forth, I think
that's the kind of thing that you're trying to.
Facts.
You feel like you can cultivate here.
For sure. I mean, if I'm the way I see it is if people are constantly messaging yo, drop this, so it's you have to do it. You know, if the need is there, it's why not? Why not apply that pressure? Yeah. So it's when people ask me, yo, why are you dropping so much? I'm because they're asking for it. Yeah. So it's why not? And as I'm trajecting right now, I might as well keep the momentum going.
Yeah, because it's going great.
It's going great, and it's if I started this, the only way I want to end it is, obtaining those goals and creating that culture.
Yeah, 100%.
But I guess my question to you guys, because what's your guys' dream? As this THP as
I think I'd say that more than just a podcast. I think people are thinking that you're starting a podcast, a bunch of guys sitting. The point wasn't to really say that we're out here, we know everything in this world, because we don't. We're learning, learning from you today. We learn so much, everybody we sit what we learn, and I feel nobody in the city is really bringing people together, right? Separated, because nobody's nobody's appreciating the young hustlers, nobody appreciating those young people, nobody gives you respect unless you're a corporate guy making 6 figures. Nobody's really showing you the real hustle, and I think that's missing. And by us doing that, we want to create a community. At the end of the day, we don't want to end personally don't want to end it as a podcast, throwing events. We want to connect people. We have so many different ideas that we want to branch off to, because we want really people to see that same for you. There's no streetwear brand, there's also not a brand name, if you look at Nelk or Simon, all these big names, they're doing what they're doing, they're entertaining people. We want that aspect to us, but we also want a community aspect to us, clothing wise, we want a merchandise that's out for us. We want to have a parent company, a parent company thing, and then we'll branch off into many different areas, and there's no brand starting off from Edmonton that's doing that. So we don't want it to end as a podcast. Podcast is a way to start us off, to really get the ball rolling, but we just want a strong community, right? Of hustlers, we want people to feel you're appreciated, even if you're 18, 20, 25, whatever you are. You're chasing your dream. You got up off your ass and you really made that dream work. We respect that. We want people to see that. When you're sitting here, you've got long ways to go, but what you've accomplished, it's good to see that there's people that are actually working hard. But it's not always Elon Musk sitting on a podcast and giving you wisdom. There's people young, because I feel wisdom is from those guys, but seeing somebody my own age go hard makes me want to go harder, because it's it's doable. There's no excuse. The resources, the environment you come from is no excuse to not keep going. So sitting at the table and be I see somebody 20 making 15K cash for the dreams that are chasing. It's possible. We can do it. Just gotta find your own niche, and I think people are missing that. So definitely want that inspiration to go up most, but just a big brand name at the end of the day, just HustlePedia, Hustlers brand. I want to respect the young hustlers at the end of the day.
No, that's beautiful to hear, and I'm happy to see you guys or be a part of today's show. I'm glad that you guys hosted me, but also it's what I realize is people can give you so much information or knowledge, or you could see someone do this or people ahead of you, and it's it's good, but it's at the end of the day, it's up to you. We could tune into all these big people, listening to what they're saying, but it's what are we doing after we listen to that? Are we really putting in that work? What are we doing? So that's what I like to see.
And that's the same thing when you touch on guys' message, you ask you for advice and you give it to them and you help them take that step. Is in a sense what we were trying to do. We gain a sense of fulfillment, right, from getting people to do that, because COVID kind of we were in a sense of delay. We didn't really know what was going on, so this kind of thing has really helped us to push forward past that step, take the step. So yeah,
taking that step is, and that's why I tell everybody too. It's like nobody's gonna come pick you up except yourself. You can take all the advice in the world and all the stories, but you gotta put in the work.
It's gotta be intrinsic.
Yeah, all like people like the mindset. I feel like it's cool. Like the cold showers, the 6 a.m. mornings, those are perfect. But if there's no work being done in the process, they're not gonna pay off. They only pay off when you're locked into keep going, right?
And it's like I feel like once you build that passion, you build that love for it. That's when things start to roll. Exactly. It's like you ask NBA player and you be like, yo, do you love the gym? They'll say yeah. Like of course they love the gym. Like any real hooper, loves the game. Like
the grind.
They love the grind. They love the hustle. So it's like my main thing is like, even when things start to go up, like just don't cheat it. Don't cheat the grind. Don't cheat the hustle. Stay 10 toes. And where I'm at right now, like it's cool, but like I'm not there yet, But as much as advice I could give to someone trying to start up or someone who's in the same age bracket trying to do their thing, like I love to give a free game. But my main thing is just stay down until you come up. So shout out to Nipsey for that. Like stay down until you come up. Like you don't gotta boast. You don't gotta just stay humble, and the rest will flow.
And then, but the thing you got that's special, Mikey, is you're so passionate about this thing that even when you get to that point when you're up, you'll still be happy with doing it because you like the grind. You like what you're doing so much that it's not a job. It's not work. It's a hobby at the end of the day, right? And that kind of stuff's rare. You need to find that kind of thing if you want to live a life worth living. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Not for real.
But
you answered that last question. That's the question we asked. What's some advice you give to somebody that's starting off? So that's perfect. But I think overall that was super. Whoever's interested in the fashion industry, I'm sure they got a lot of ideas and people who are passionate. We'll definitely have your links in the bio, so anybody that wants to get some fly gear, we're looking to get some ready on the next drop.
Do you want to do a little if you got anything in the books, a little teaser?
I mean, I wish I brought something, but I definitely have some serious stuff dropping. I got a couple crew necks and tees coming out.
Okay.
And then we got like a full tracksuit coming out.
That's tough.
Yeah, I can't say.
Oh, you can't say.
I'm not gonna say too much.
You gotta tease the people though.
Stay tuned. Follow their Instagram.
Stay tuned.
All of his stuff will be in the description.
Right. Yeah.
So definitely hit a follow.
Tune in for sure. Yeah. Stay updated to his thing.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get Mikey to help us with THP gear when it comes to that point too. Get his thoughts and his ideas rolling. His creativity.
I can tell he's already ready though. I can tell he has it on him for sure.
We're all been waiting to like get to that point where we can kind of design it. We were like same kind of mindset. We wanted to be a hustler's brand connected to our community kind of mindset. Yeah, that's down the road. We'll get when we get there for sure. But that was a really good episode. Thank you again for coming.
I appreciate it big time.
For real. I appreciate y'all.
I also want to say congratulations on getting your clothing in ABCO at WEM. Congratulations on that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's a good win.
100%. That's big. Yeah, I think that was really good. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment. Notification. Who do you want to see? What else do you want to see? Comments are always open. Let us know. We're listening. We're watching, and all of our socials will be here as well. Definitely reach out.
And if you go to West Edmonton Mall, make sure to go buy something. Yeah, for real.
Amazing, cool. Yeah.
We got sweatsuits dropping in a week.
In a week.
It'll probably already be out by the time this episode.
I think what we're gonna do is drop the pre-sale at Abco, so if you want to get an early release,
that's dope.
Pull up to Abco, and then the rest will be on the web shop as well, both on Abco and dreamsneverdieca.ca.
You heard the man. Be there, be smart.
Hey, everyone pull up.
For real.
Pull up.
Go crazy.
If you don't, why?
Show love. That's the thing.
What are you doing?
Right? We're bringing people. So you can see that there's people working. So show love, that's how we're going to build the community. And
the kind of ideas we have aren't going to come to the light if you don't pull up.
Go. Show love. Show love. So when you're doing something, people will show you love as well, Don't expect nothing in life, like Mikey said. But
Facts.
Other than that, I think it's good.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace. Thanks again, Mike, for coming. And you could be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you choose to be here watching us, and we appreciate that immensely. So for now, HustlePedia out.